HYBE finally reveals the truth about Taehyung's future. Jungkook refuses to accept it. But before we dive into the events that have the entire fandom holding its breath, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join our community where we bring you the untold stories, the behind-the-scenes realities, and the moments HYBE might not want you to see. It started with an ordinary press release. No flashy graphics, no emotional video montage, just a cold, clean corporate statement. On the surface, it was the kind of announcement that barely makes headlines outside the fanbase. But for ARMY, every word was a loaded weapon. Every comma, a pause before a devastating truth. HYBE spoke of strategic realignments and individual artistic pursuits. It sounded harmless, maybe even exciting. But if you've followed BTS long enough, you know the language. These are not words of expansion, they are words of separation. And then, tucked in the middle of the statement, almost like an afterthought, was a single sentence about Taehyung, a sentence that would ignite a storm across social media. KimTaehyung will be focusing on projects outside the main group's collective schedule for an extended period. An extended period. No exact dates. No reassurances. Just an open-ended absence. What does that even mean? Is it months? Years? Will BTS's stage ever look the same without him? And if HYBE knew fans would react like this, why say it now? Why at all? Some believe the timing was deliberate. The company has mastered the art of dropping major news during moments when fans are distracted, whether it's the middle of another member's enlistment or the release of a massive project that pulls headlines elsewhere. But this time, ARMY wasn't distracted. They were watching. The truth is, this wasn't the first sign. For months, Taehyung's appearances in official group content had been sporadic, his solo schedules shrouded in mystery. Rumors of disagreements with management, whispers of creative differences, and even speculation about a movie into acting full-time hiding about Taehyung. Most fans dismissed them until now. Behind closed doors, the conversation wasn't just about Taehyung's future. It was about the very identity of BTS. And no one took the news harder than Jungkook. Sources close to the group say Jungkook's reaction was immediate and emotional. The youngest member, who has often described Taehyung as his soulmate in music, reportedly pushed back against the decision during internal discussions. He wasn't just fighting for a bandmate. He was fighting for the bond that had shaped the group since their earliest days. Imagine it, a conference room, the air heavy with tension. HYBE executives presenting timelines, projections, market strategies. And across the table, Jungkook, not the smiling golden magne we see on stage, but a man staring at the future with disbelief and anger. He knew what this meant. Not just fewer performances together, but the slow erosion of something sacred. The magic of BTS was never just in their songs, it was in their unity. Take away one thread, and the entire tapestry begins to fray. It's impossible to understand Jungkook's refusal without going back to the beginning. In the early days, Taehyung and Jungkook formed a quiet alliance. They shared late-night conversations in cramped dorm rooms, supported each other through grueling rehearsals, and built a friendship that survived fame, scrutiny, and the relentless demands of the music industry. To Jungkook, Taehyung wasn't just a colleague, he was family. And family doesn't walk away. Not without a fight. But here's the part HYBE didn't expect, the fans noticed everything. Within hours of the announcement, hashtags like #ProtectTaehyung and #BTSWithoutVisNotBTS were trending worldwide. Fan theories exploded, dissecting every public interaction, every recent absence, every lyric from Taehyung's last solo track. One particularly haunting theory pointed to an old interview where Taehyung had said, "Sometimes I wonder if I'm walking the same path as everyone else, or if my path is slowly splitting away." At the time, it sounded like poetry. Now, it felt like prophecy. And then, there was the silence. For days, neither Taehyung nor Jungkook posted anything. No Weverse updates, no Instagram stories, no cryptic song lyrics. Just nothing. The kind of silence that says more than words ever could. When Jungkook finally broke that silence, it wasn't through an official statement. It was during a casual live stream. At least, it seemed casual, until a fan asked about Taehyung. Jungkook's expression changed instantly. His usual playful tone vanished, replaced by something heavier. "He's doing his thing right now," Jungkook said, pausing before adding, "but I don't think it's the right time to, decide what the future is." It was the hesitation that caught everyone's attention. The way he seemed to search for the right words, as if he wanted to say more, but couldn't. And then, almost under his breath, came the line that would send chills through ARMY, "I'm not ready to accept it." That was the moment the fandom realized this wasn't just about business. It was personal. And if Jungkook wasn't ready to accept it, why should ARMY? Because here's the thing, corporate decisions rarely happen overnight. If HYBE is announcing this now, the plan has likely been in motion for months, maybe even years. Which raises the question, what else do they know that we don't? And why? Does it feel like the truth about Taehyung's future is only half the story? The deeper we look, the more we find threads connecting this announcement to past events, moments we overlooked at the time, but now seem almost painfully obvious. The private meetings in Los Angeles during the last world tour. The sudden cancellations of group activities without explanation. Even the subtle way Taehyung's role shifted in promotional material, often placing him at the edges of group photos instead of the center. Was all of this leading here? Was HYBE preparing the fandom for a future they hoped we wouldn't notice until it was too late? And if that's the case, what will Jungkook do next? So here we are. The truth about Taehyung's future isn't a clean headline or a final verdict. It's a battle in progress, fought in boardrooms, whispered in live streams, and carried on the shoulders of millions of fans who refuse to let go. And as long as Jungkook keeps fighting, ARMY will be right there with him. Because BTS isn't just 7 letters. It's a promise. One that neither time, nor distance, nor even HYBE itself, has the power to break. But the question remains, how far will Jungkook go to protect that promise? And when the next announcement comes, will it be the victory ARMY has been hoping for, or the goodbye they've been fearing all along?